was he gonna do? He's naked and wet. There better not be nobody.
Dick hanging all there. Hello? Huh?
You better be glad you're not out there.
I'll you. Let me go into the book of bullshit and talk about this first movie review that we got now. Just because I'm in the book of bullshit doesn't mean that the movie's completely bullshit. This movie might be,
maybe partially.
Maybe, I don't know. God likes God's mysterious. Mm-hmm. You don't question. You just do it whatever the he tells you to do. But
yeah, he don't like when you question.
Yeah, Lord works in mysterious ways. So you don't know if this movie I'm talking about is going to be bullshit or not. But the movie I am talking about is The Grudge. Now, before I get into talking about The Grudge, let's talk about what this movie is trying to do. We're talking about properties that have been from periods long gone, long past.
Yeah, right. So this is the remake of the Japanese movie.
Yes. This is trying to reboot a movie from a phase of cinema that happened a long time ago. Mm-hmm. That the only reason why it was made popular is because of all these goddamn cinema hipsters out here. Uh-huh. And hipsters in general, they love the shortcut to coolness. They love to.
That's true.
When ain't enough culture in your own country to be cool with no more. Hey, Asia, what you do? Mm-hmm. They always go over to Asia. That's if it ain't cool here, because there was a time when people used to say, "Oh man, it's Asian." That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Oh man, have you seen this? Have you seen this movie right here? It's from, and this is before Korea. Japanese was the thing. Like I said, if you ever want to go to the shortcut to coolness, do what a hipster does. Go straight to Asian. Anybody got a machete? Cut this thing off.
I got an eraser. Do it long enough.
God damn, I knew it was a bad idea when I was in Japan. Hey, at least I went to the country and got it. So.
Yeah, it's true.
But,
authentic.
Yeah. But when I say hipsters, I don't think I'm just talking about white people. I think it's, here you go, man. You're picking on white people again. Nah, man. Wu-Tang is one of the biggest people out there to appropriate Asian culture.
Yeah, but when they're inspiration karate movies.
Yeah, it was.
So that's not really the same thing.
But they think they went straight to the source, man.
Right.
At least it had real Asian people in it.
It's like if you went to another country, they say, we want to serve you authentic American food, and they just brought out some McDonald's, Big Macs. It'd be kind of like, yes, but no.
But if it was made by an Asian person, if your burger was put together by an Asian person, that would kind of count. All right, so maybe, there's certain things that you do picking up Asian culture where, all right, maybe it's not the most authentic thing, but there was a time with, again, cinema hipsters where they were always talking about, again, before we got to Korean films, which is we're at that phase now, but before then it was like, it was either Hong Kong cinema or Japanese cinema, but Hong Kong cinema was one of them.
Oh yeah,
really big,
big time.
Like Drunken Master 2 and the whole Jackie Chan phase.
Yeah, that whole Jackie Chan, John Woo phase.
Yeah, exactly. If you do want to go to Japanese, there's always anime. Anime is huge, dominated with things like Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that, man. Yeah. So it was only a matter of time before Asian horror was going to get big, and it is big in all kind of ways. Chinese, Korean. But there was a moment where we were getting a lot of what they called J-horror. Mm-hmm. Shit, Negroes think that's another rapper now. I don't blame you. But one of the...
Okay, I'm going to stop looking it up on Spotify.
I can't find this J-horror, man. Where is it? Give it time. But one of the biggest things to come out of J-horror was The Ring.
Yeah.
Of course, you had the Japanese version, but it got so popular that we had the American version that came out, which was huge.
Yeah.
Huge, man. And something else that was popular with J-horror, not as big as The Ring, but something that was very close to being just as popular was Ju-On, The Grudge. it got so popular that they even had they treated like Godzilla versus King Kong or something. They had the Ring versus
Did they?
Ju-Wong, yeah. The Ring versus the Grudge.
Oh wow.
Yeah, man. They say it wasn't that good.
I'm shocked.
That's how popular it was. And they had the American remake that came out in 2004. But all that helped to create the icon. The icon horror image, right up there with some of your biggest horror icons. The long, stringy haired black Asian girl who was Sadako, which
Oh yeah, I used to play that with my pencil.
and that is a real icon. I mean, they now while that phase might be kind of gone, they've managed to take that girl and make her even crazier.
Yeah.
I know.
Is that really what she looks like now?
Well, that's a version. That's called Momo. That's a piece of art that turned into like a what do you call it, creepypasta online.
Okay.
Yeah, look like Shelley Duvall, don't it?
I mean, kind of. Yeah.
After a really bad bender.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Y'all want to know Shelley Duvall is? She's that chick from The Shining.
Yeah.
Get away from me! Even Jack Nicholson, when he breaks through the door, like, God damn!
No, you get away from me.
Chat talk about meth girl. Yeah, man. So, while she's getting scarier, that era of J-horror, as strong as it was back in the day, is long gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now they're looking at this
But
movie.
nothing gets to stay dead.
But these days, oh no.
No.
Nothing's ever really gone.
No, hell no.
Yeah, no.
When you ain't got Hollywood.
You think you're in retirement? No.
Oh hell no. He retired
Come on,
shit.
get up. What? That was 25 years ago. I know. Come on, suit up.
Yeah.
We're doing it again.
Yeah, when Hollywood goes to the creative bank and sees that they ain't got no funds. Oh well, shit. I guess I got to borrow some. So we got this the reboot remake. I don't know. The Grudge. So we got this remake of the Grudge right here. Can it actually bring it back at a time when you have to be very, very careful, almost lucky, and just good to bring something back?
Yeah,
especially if it's from decades, a long time ago.
Right.
Will this kick off a whole new era, of J-horror? Let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer for The Grudge, the remake that is, 2019, and we'll be back with my review.
This is medicine.
That is one thing from the original. Like that was something that was funny about the original. Even the ghost sounded like the Predator, or Creaky Door or some shit, or it sounded like Beaker from the Muppets.
Will you help me, please?
No, bitch, you here. You ain't going nowhere. That's a good shit. I'm on my head. I didn't know they were showing all this shit during the trailer.
Damn.
Yeah. I didn't know this was like the Red Band trailer. Not that I don't mind showing it. I was just like, damn, they showed all that?
Wow.
Which is not a good thing.
What's he gonna do? He's making it wet. You better not be nobody.
Dick hanging all that. Hello? Huh?
You better be glad you're not out there.
I'll you.
God.
Look,
I don't know, man. Shit looks scary to me. Yeah.
No, you know what? See, now you put me in a position because they showed you all. They showed you the goods, man.
Yeah.
This is like
So I don't have to marry her now.
no, you ain't got. This is like when you watch this trailer, this is like taking the most boring ass pornography and just cutting together the money shots.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like you sit up there, damn man, this shit is hot. You'd have to watch like 10 minutes of lame ass story where your dick got soft.
Just to get a flash.
Yeah, just to get a flash of, like not even going all the way. Man. Yeah, you'd have to sit through the whole 3 hours of bullshit just to see two people each other. It's like, and that's what this is right here. Because I asked the question before we got to the trailer. will this actually bring back the long lost phase of J-horror? Will it come back strong again? The answer is no. No, not like this. Not doing it this way, it ain't. And you know what? This is the first time I ever watched the movie. I'm serious. It's the first time I ever watched the movie where I want to apologize to the ghost. Because I was like, yeah, they didn't give y'all, I'm sorry, they didn't give y'all nothing to do. Oh, I'm so sorry. I watched the same shit too, man. I know y'all did more and they cut that shit out. I'm sorry. Because what they do here, it's the same shit that you see in all these horror movies that we complain about.
That's the same woman who's in all the horror movies.
Fool ass bitch, man.
I'll thank you for the description, by the way, there. Shit, I'm beginning to wonder if that woman's a ghost. She's in everything, man. Shit, they didn't even ask her to be in the movie. She just showed up.
It's in my contract. If it's a horror movie, you have to find me a partner.
Yeah. Except the rest of the crew was like, man, that woman died 10 years ago.
Fool ass bitch,
Let her stay. She looks great. Save money on effects. Hey, look, it is a strong premise. I'll give you that much. Watching this, because if you've watched the original movie, whether it be the American version or the original Japanese version, have you seen those?
I've seen both.
You've seen those, right?
Not the Japanese one.
Not the Japanese, but you saw the 2004 American remake. It's still a good premise. You saw at the beginning of this, you got a police officer played by Andrea Rosenberg, who she's good. She's great in the movie, man. She ain't got a lot of shit to do, but that woman's a chameleon. She's been in so many movies where y'all thought like, God damn, that chick is hot. Who is that? And you see it in this movie, like, who is that? It's the same woman, and she is gorgeous. She is. She's just very dressed down, and she looks haggard on purpose. Husband just died of cancer. She's trying to take care of being a single mom, taking care of the kid that he left behind, and now she got to deal with some creepy ass murders that's linked to this house. In the series of murders, as I said, it turns out to all be happening from this home. And when they get right down to it, it appears to be happening due to the curse of the Ju-on. And the Ju-on, just think as a Ju-on as a ghost, so pissed off, so angry that the person that killed that ghost originally, it ain't enough to go get them. That ghost is so mad, this is kind of like, I'm getting all you motherfuckers. If you come in this house, if you look at me, it's on. That's your ass. I didn't do nothing. I don't give a fuck if you didn't do nothing.
Just guilty by association.
Yeah. Are you breathing? Then it. We doing this. I don't give a fuck. I'm mad. You ever had somebody mad and you didn't do nothing? Like, hey man, how you feeling? What? Yes. Hey man, I heard you having a rough time. How you feeling? How the f*** think I feel? Shit, I'm trying to help. I don't give a f***. That's the kind of ghost this is.
I saw one of the nicest guys I ever met flip like that. It's just like, holy shit, all right.
Yeah, that's what this ghost is like. I'm so sorry that you died in this painful way. I don't give a f***. You dying painfully too. What? Wait a minute. What? Man, there's a there's a lot of things where it grabs you out of nowhere, it hunts you, because you start to see hallucinations because it likes to f with you at first. Of course. Because the ghost will start with you, kind of tenderizing this meat, and then after it's got you good and freaked out, then it starts attacking, but not really harming, just running at your ass. And then after a while, that's when it starts to like take out people that you love. Oh, and by the way, when I take out people that you love, it's going to be by your hands. And then when you feel guilty enough, when you start feeling really bad, then we're going to take you out. This ghost is This curse is and it's like an STD. It's brought to America by a chick that went over to Japan. Okay. Apparently she this ghost and brought it back. Brought it back and infected everybody. So now, it's a
cool concept.
That's a good
cool concept.
No, it's a cool concept, man. Because what it is, they're talking about that it's in this form here. It's not really, because if you ever watch the original, Grudge, or you ever watch the American remake even, the antagonist is that stringy haired Japanese girl that likes to hunt people, which like you see right here. Ones that either come out the TV or in the Grudge. It was the girl and this little kid that she would walk downstairs and she would have this little spooky ass boy next to her. Toshio, they don't play a role here.
Oh, okay.
It's more like you get infected. Whoever is infected and died from this, they carry on the curse and the hauntings.
Okay.
So it's kind of a cool concept, and
Yeah.
and they never let you go. There's no they think it's a haunted house. No, the haunted house follows you wherever you go. You will not escape. That's how pissed they are. If you made contact, you made a friend. You ain't going nowhere. And it's done out of time. The story here, and the concept is cool because they're showing you different characters. You saw John Cho with his naked ass right here. You saw him and his wife. Betty Gilpin. They play. He plays a real estate agent who's selling the house that's cursed. His wife is pregnant. You also deal with this family who have died, along with a 6-year-old girl who has massive nosebleeds. And then there's an interesting couple here too, where Frankie Faison and that chick that's in all the scary movies.
Yeah.
They play a married couple, been married for 50 years, and for some reason he's just hell bent on getting assisted suicide for her. And that's when this other actress, you'll notice her. I forgot her name, but you can probably tell me afterwards. So that's when he brings in somebody to help out with her. Of course, when this woman comes in to help out, things aren't what they seem.
Your husband told me about your condition, and I'm here to see if I can help.
Oh, Jackie Weaver.
Mrs. Mack?
Jackie Weaver, Jackie Weaver plays somebody who comes in and gets unfortunately wrapped up in trying to help this family who is haunted by this curse.
And the other one is Lynn Shay. She's
Lynn-
been in everything.
Yeah.
There you go, Lynn Shay. Yeah, she's trying to help them, and unfortunately, she gets wrapped up in this curse because of them bringing in her into their lives.
Who are you playing with?
My friend.
Man, can you kill this bitch so I get on Tinder and find another white woman? Can you?
All the white women I got.
Yeah. You see him? He's just like, you won't kill her or what?
I had to take shit from my family for 40 years for this. This is my reward.
It's my punishment.
Yeah, shit. This ghost. Her parents got nothing on this ghost right now. This ghost ain't got nothing on her parents. Shit, them motherfuckers didn't kill me. This ghost ain't gonna do shit. I just need you to put this bitch to sleep so I can find something else. He looking at Jack and we were like, hey, look, we gonna do this or what?
Yeah, that look is. I mean, you see what I'm dealing with, right?
You see, you're like, come on, you see this shit. Come on now. Man, so there's a lot of good stuff going on in this movie. And if you look at the aesthetic of the film, they got a good mood too. I mean, a good aesthetic going on, man. It's this film is that it's intentionally it's meant to make you feel just not scared. If there's anything worse than feeling scared, it's feeling scared and depressed. Because everything in this movie is just dirty. I mean, this kind of movie where, you have people who they live in these old nasty houses. Everybody's trying to save on electric bills. Everybody's living in the dark and eating dinner in the dark for some reason. People don't take trash out. The litter is everywhere. It's like, what this movie is like? This movie's like living in the home of an old person who just don't ever clean up.
That's the impression I'm getting.
Yeah, and that's
And the whole movie's like that?
Yeah, the people either living in the dark or living in grim, colorless places, or they're just are they just
even John Cho?
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. They just don't cut no lights on.
Oh, okay.
The light they have on is a light that's on their food when they eat it. The rest of the house is just dark. It's an oppressive, dark, depressing atmosphere that they got going on. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
And as I said, the victims are interesting, man. As I told you, but
dang, I hate that you got to say "but" because everything you said up to this point sounds so good.
Yeah, looks good.
But you want to know how all of it, because it's out of time. So you want to know all these people who at first come in different time periods and then start having some sort of connection. You want to see how their stories overlap. So it's really something that you're drawn into, but then nothing happens. It's just this woman investigating shit, and You see,
And she's linking all these stories together over the time. That's why I saw
throughout her investigation, yeah, she's linking all these stories together all together at one time. But the movie becomes repetitive, and this is what I'm talking about, man. I wish I'm sorry for these ghosts. I wish they had more to do than what they had to do. They got a checklist of 3 things to do in this movie. One is while it's just people going around investigating shit, and while they're doing that, ghost just walks by in the background,
Right.
and the person like, huh? You know, I can't tell you how many times. What was that? And at that point, once they start walking around the background, then they just working their way up to the jump scare. Either they just grabbing somebody, or they just really spook house shit. And speaking of the jump scares, you know, again, it'll be something if at first they're kind of effective because, you know, I think we build it up to something, but after a while it's just like, okay, you know what, because they start jumping out at you, like and you're like about the 15 times don't work.
Kind of get used to it after a while.
You get used to it after a while because you start anticipating it. Once you start giving a pattern of jump scares in a movie, all right, how's it? What the thing's gonna happen when things either get too quiet while somebody's doing this shit, or music like, you know, we know we're building up to.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's it. Even before they jump out at you, you know, you even get to the point like these, like quiet, and you just get tired. Okay, all right, here, let me do this shit for you. I know what we're doing. Just get the shit over with. It's boring. It gets boring. You got this good ass material right here, and you do nothing but just repeating yourself with the same fucking tropes that we see in every fucking horror movie. That's why if you look at the original The Grudge, they didn't get you with jump scares. You saw that bitch coming down the stairs, coming like, and that shit was horrifying because you didn't know what was happening. It had to jump out at you. It just had to gradually go down the steps. They scared you with imagery and weirdness. When you watch that original Grudge, man, you don't know what is going on. That's why The Ring works so well, because it was a mystery. You didn't know what was going on.
But, you know, if you're doing a remake of this movie, then you can't really have the element of surprise.
I'm sorry. That's make you laugh. See, weird shit like this. Like, got your head. Stretch your neck. Now, this is from...
Look at the guy's face like, ooh.
That's the Versus movie.
He's in the back of my head, isn't he? Yeah, man, it was... Now, that's not the good movie right there, but they did have weird imagery in that. Yeah. You know, they never... You know, they kind of explained it, but they never really just gave you a backstory. They told you a backstory, but they never gave you flashbacks and shit of what was happening. Yeah. These ghosts were just present. They were a weird presence. They played with weird imagery, making you guess what was going to happen. They said, these jump scares, anybody can jump out at your ass and make you get scared. You're not even jumping because you're scared anymore. You're jumping because there's a noise. If I popped a bag behind your head right now.
Right. Even if me watching you do it, I would still jump.
Yeah, exactly. Anticipation makes you jump. That's not a real scare. So this movie's dropping the ball in that, man. I mean, I appreciate it for setting up mood, and I appreciate it. Look, I will tell you this. You want to be recommended to this movie for one thing? The gore. They go at it, and even then, they gave you the best of clip right here. Yeah. I was like, that's why I was looking at. I wasn't because I was scared. I was like, they just showed everything that was actually cool about the movie. It's almost like they know their own movie's up, so they want to save you some time. All this shit right here, like I didn't know they were going to show that. That's a surprise. They should not show you that. They at least not go that far. Somebody been eaten up by maggots.
Yeah, the hand.
Yeah, there's a point in here where they're showing you, and this is why they shouldn't show you this in this trailer right here. There's a point where they got a woman chopping carrots, and that's one of the things that they did build up on. They got a woman chopping carrots, and then later on, they're walking behind her, and you see her chopping carrots, but you're like, nah, that bitch chopping her fingers. And then, and you know what? You anticipate it, but when you look at it, it's like, yeah, man, it's, you know, the gore. I mean, if you want to just see, you know, just the longer version of it than what you see in this trailer, then the movie's for you. Because I will tell you, there's one thing about that ghost in that movie, or this curse. That fucker does not leave a pretty corpse. If you die, you're not dying just horribly, but you would die messy.
It's closed casket.
It's closed. You were not gonna have an open casket funeral. Just the little things that happen, man. Like there's scenes where people commit suicide, jumping off a building. They show you them just turn to Kool-Aid at the bottom. When yeah, they splatter. Like nothing is clean in this. Shit, there's a chick getting drowned. You think, well, drowning, that's clean. No, they make sure to like take her head and bash it on the bottom of the bathtub. Jesus. Yeah, it almost gets ridiculous. So if you were there for gore, that's the thing that keeps you interested in the movie. You want to know what kept me interested doing this whole film right here? Because it was so boring. I saw it last night, right, 11 o'clock. I could have fallen asleep. But the thing that kept me interested, I was in a cool-ass seat. I kept playing with my chair. We have a new theater right down the street from us.
This is fun.
Yeah. When I got tired of the movie, yeah, it was cool. It's an AMC theater. It's a new thing. Man, they got a button that warms your chair.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
I never heard of that before. That's crazy.
So if I just got bored of the movie, I just start playing my chair, looking around at the theater because it's new, it's shiny. It's so new that who normally would talk in the film, shut the up. They had respect for that theater.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the only thing that kept me interested in the film.
So you might start going back to the theater again.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Even for bad movies.
Until they that up. They're gonna tear that shit up. Go look at the gore that's in this, man. It's
Jesus.
It's a lot of blood in this, man. It's a lot of gory deaths. Ain't one death in here nice, neat, or clean. They always leave a mess everywhere they go. I'm not gonna give this some old bullshit. I'm not. Like I said, I've told you enough things in there where they've got it right. The biggest thing in the movie, this could have been a movie that gave you I almost want to give this a fuck you because y'all fucked this up because you had all the ingredients. You had the perfect combination. You could have had a movie that delivered on what a real hardcore horror fan wants. You could have had the creep factor with the ghost. You could have had something that really stuck with people and creeped them out after the movie was done. You had mood, you had atmosphere, and you had gore. And you had a great mythology to play with. Y'all f***ed that all up. And you made the most boring ass thing with it. But as I said, aesthetically, you did a lot of things right that even in small doses can get to you. So this is a low ass rental right here. Shit, even at the end of the movie, people walking out. People normally into this shit. And I heard some people even screaming behind me. And after it was done, they're like, well, that's some shit, ain't it? They went, yeah, man. They don't care. Yeah, this is a low rental, man. I mean, it's funny because this had the potential to be something that could have brought this franchise back, and nobody's gonna remember this. Nobody ain't gonna remember this shit.
I'm kind of surprised because it says it's produced by Sam Raimi, and I mean the fact that you said it has so much gore, which like the original Japanese films, I don't think they had that much. They just relied on kind of the aesthetic and more haunted house or aspect. So with the gore, it's like that's clearly a Sam Raimi thing. I wonder if that was in his notes or something.
That was a problem with another Sam Raimi remake. I think Sam Raimi likes to concentrate on gore, and there was some gore in The Grudge, even in 2014. I remember his brother, because he produced the one in 2004.
I remember the sequence, yeah.
And his brother was in the movie, and that ghost ripped his jaw right off.
Oh, yeah, his brother always gets it hard.
Yeah, he don't like his brother.
With him the entire time.
Yeah, and my problem with Sam Raimi is that I think Sam Raimi takes remakes and really concentrates on the gore to modernize it. That's what he did with Evil Dead. I didn't like Evil Dead, the remake. I know a lot of other people did.
Yeah, hated it.
No, I did not like it. I know a lot of other people like, and you because y'all just scream for anything. Oh my God, there's Ash's chainsaw.
Yeah, it's a chainsaw.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish you could take it and cut your ass up with it right now. Yeah, so that's another problem here.
Don't see movies at festivals.
Jeez, do not.